Very good morning to all of you. Welcome to the Windows AZURE module. So good morning to all of you. Dipali, good morning. Kiran, good morning. Today what happened? Very few students were joined. Today very important session also. I told we are starting with the 7th module, which is having 3 different topics and lengthy topic. First topic is very lengthy topic, and that itself will take around 1 hour of time to explain and do the practical. Okay. Ashok, good morning. Okay. So what is today's session? That all about I'm going to explain you now. We are starting with the 7th module, which is service bus. So what do you mean by service bus and when you are going to utilize this service bus? Let me explain you. First, I will explain you under the service bus what are the topics we are going to learn. That in the notepad I'll write, and then I will explain one by one. Anybody is having theoretically any doubts, you can ask me. Okay. So let me share my desktop. Pavitra, good morning. So now I think you can be able to say, Acha, let me share. Now you all can see now the notepad. Gangi, low audio. Others, please respond. Is the audio is okay? The notepad, in the notepad I'm writing the objective. What we are going to learn, we are starting with the module 7. Okay? Module 7, which is service bus. In this service bus, what is service bus? I will tell you. In these 3 topics mainly are there which we have to learn. That is service bus relay and service bus queue and service bus topics and subscription. Topics and subscription. So these are the 3 topics we are going to learn in this service bus. First of all, we will see what is a service bus. In the computer terms, you know what is a bus. It's a communication media through which your data travels. But this service bus is the bus which is available in the Azure cloud portal. In the cloud portal, this bus is available. So our applications can transfer their request through this service bus. Why through this service bus? My request needs to transfer to the from the client to server. Sender and receiver can communicate over this service bus. What is the advantage of using this service bus means? There are some firewall problems will be there. There are some when I'm sending the message, there is no guarantee that my message can be received by my receiver or not. And sometimes my receiver is not available at the time I'm sending the message. Still, whenever the receiver is ready, I want to ensure that my message should received by the receiver to whom I have sent. So like that, some rules are, some additional security wise, everything if you want to see, then you will go for this service bus. Each one you need to know the value of this. First we will learn service bus relay. Over the document camera I am going to explain you about this. And before I am talking about this service bus relay, I will just give you the idea. Certain times, till now you have learnt some topics last class what we have done, we have created one WCF service and we hosted that in the Azure portal. When you host it in the cloud, from there anybody from from now onwards in your computer, in my computer, everybody in our local computer can create some application, local application, and from that application I can access the service which is hosted in your Azure portal. If the every scenario is reversed. Scenario reversed means Service will be in my local computer. Service is in my local computer. There is one application which is hosted in your Azure portal. That application requires the double save service which is in my local host, which is not hosted in Azure. It was not yet hosted. It is in my local computer only. It is hosted in my local computer. But there is one application which is hosted in the Azure portal which requires to access the service from my local computer. So reverse the situation. Generally what we'll do, our service will host it in the cloud portal, and from local computer application we will try to access the service which is in Azure portal. But now reverse. The application from the Azure portal trying to access the double save service which is in our local computer. At this point of time, what will happen is certain times it is not possible. The application of your Azure portal is unable to access your service which is in your local computer. Why? Because my computer is my company's computer. Then in the companies they will set some firewalls so that some of the requests which are coming from anonymous websites, they will be rejected. So firewall, if you do it, only from very few websites only the request can be accepted to my local computer. But there is one website which is in Azure portal trying to access my service which is in my local computer. So if at all firewall is set in my computer, then very difficult for me. It is not possible to go for this communication. The application is unable to access my service which is in my local computer. Still, you want to make it to be available. Then the concept of service bus relay will come into the role play. So that I am going to show you on document camera how the work happens. So how your service bus relay will help you. And one thing, service bus, where are you going to create? In the cloud. In the cloud, Azure cloud storage place, I will create one service bus. So using that service bus, if the request is coming over this service bus, what is the advantage? Normally, if the request is coming, what is the advantage? Now I am going to show you the difference. Okay, then you will understand what is the difference between service bus relay without service bus relay. Joshain, good morning. So now document camera please. Now I will share. See, I will explain you without service bus relay. Okay. So just understand this is whatever I am drawing here is my local computer. This is my local computer where I have, this is my local computer. Okay. Where I have created one double CF service. I have created one double CF service. Now there is one cloud. Okay, cloud where there is one ASP MVC application is there. Okay, and from this application needs the functionality of my double save service which is in my local computer, which is not hosted in Azure. But the application which is hosted in Azure needs to send a request for one of the functions of this request and expecting some response. This is my requirement. But certain times what will happen is this cannot be done because of the firewall. There will be some firewall in the local computers of our machines which will reject your request, so response also is not possible. So your application is unable to interact with your double save service because request will be denied by your firewall. This is the problem that you will face. This problem, in order to come out of this problem, so what is the methodology I have to do? In the cloud only, in the cloud itself, one service bus I'll create. What I'll create? Service bus. This service bus means nothing but a namespace, okay? In this service bus, now I'm telling you, listen. So whatever and there will be one service bus relay here. Service bus relay. Service bus relay. So what is the service bus relay? I'll tell. If at all my ASP application which needs to send a request, instead of directly sending to your computer, in case the request, whatever it is making a request should go to service bus, through the service bus relay. Service bus relay advantage is what? A firewall, it is ignores and directly it is capable of sending the request to your machine. So this I want to avoid this firewall in between. Directly is not possible. If the request is coming through the service bus relay, then it is directly reachable to your local computer. So response also will go through the service bus relay to this one, from here to your application. So there is no problem of firewall. If it is, if the firewall is configured also, I don't require to do any modifications to come out of this problem. If my request is coming through the service bus relay, there is no question of a firewall. It is capable of directly sending the request. By ignoring the firewall, it is able to send it to your local machine, and the response also can be sent. So this service bus, whatever I am telling service bus relay, that's nothing but this is only, actually here only. So I am just showing. So request is coming over service bus relay, so that it is coming like this, so that this firewall problem will be resolved. So this is the main advantage of your service bus relay. So through the service bus relay, if the request is passing to your local machine WCF service, by ignoring the firewall, it is capable of accessing the service of your local machine and even get the response. That's about service bus relay. Okay. Queue and topics and subscription which are not yet explained, that is in the next. So you please tell me if this you understood, then what is the demo that we are going to see? The best example, this is like chatting. Sitting there, if you write hi ma'am like that, it will be displayed in my machine. So you understand, it's like a chatting. You are the client, you are sending a message to my server machine. Whatever you type from there, I am able to see from my system. So that anyway you can see my system, so that you will understand whatever you have written is visible. That is the example I am going to show you now. Okay. So it is a very lengthy demo, so please concentrate and see, again and again repetition is not possible. Please try to understand. Okay. Yes, service bus is a path. That's what I am telling, 100%. That's what first suggestion I told, that service bus is the path for communicating your data. The requests are coming through that, but this service bus is in the Azure portal, through which if the request is coming, instead of directly coming through that service bus, if it is coming, it is firewall protection will be resolved. Whatever firewall problem is there, that can be resolved. Some of you did not answer, my dear. Pitampura Center, both the students get 004 and get 006. Janakpuri 002, 003, 004. And I want all the Janakpuri students to raise your hand and write the details. I have not seen these many students in my last class. But this is the first time I have seen 3 students from the Janakpuri. Who are those? Write your names and from which session onwards you are joined for the module. Please write. Are you just attending from the day 1? I don't think so. Please write. Gaya Center students also get 001 and get 002. Please write your details in the handwrite. Srimati, I did not get message from you. Mani Kanteshwara from Amirpet. Mani from Amirpet, please write your details also, from which more time onwards you are starting, you are joined for this batch. Preet Vihar, CR02. Till Pitampura Center 3 students, Janakpuri 3 students, Nungambakam gets 001, Gaya 2 students, and Srimati from Nungambakam. What happened to you people? I told Gaya students and Janakpuri students, raise your hand and write your details from which module onwards you started with this batch. Manikanteshwara from Amirpet also needs to give the information. Parul, you are late for the session today. So latecomers, I am not asking. Whoever given the answer for this, everybody given that, you understood. Okay, Srimati answered. Srimati machine got changed. Okay, hang. As 5 minutes late, Josha and ma'am, that's why asked. Okay. My question is, okay, I got it, Josha. But what about the students from Janakpuri and another center, Jayanagar? I told you people to write the details. Now Jayanagar only one entry is there. Janakpuri, sorry. Janakpuri 3 students, write your details. And Gaya students, raise your hand and write please. Some of the accounts are logged in, but offline state. So you are logging simply and leaving like that. All the Janakpuri students also offline. That's the reason they are not responding. Okay. Ashwini Priya from Ambattur and Guest 01 from Nungambakam is in offline state. Please check your status. Okay, now I am going to explain. It's a very big, lengthy demo, and totally before I am going and showing you the code of that, you should have the idea how many. I am going to show you one chart application. Okay, what application? It's a chart application. In this chart, what is my requirement? Let me tell you. I am going to create 3 applications. Please see, the first application is WCF library. That means your WCF service library. This is one application where I am going to create your WCF service. Okay. And I am going to create one console application. So all of you please carefully listen what I am doing. So this is the application. For what reason I am creating this? Let me write. Okay, to host WCF application, in such a way that it is only accessible via service bus relay. This is one work it has to do, and not only this one work, it has to do another task also. The second task is, and whenever the client is accessing the function, think so that in that there is a function write. There is a function named as write. So that entire service is hosted by this. When the client is requesting write function, should display message on console. That means on what? Monitor. Console means, don't get confused. Console is the word indicates monitor. Okay. So what this application has to do is hosting this service. So this is the service hosting application. Plus, whenever if the client, from the client, if the request has come to this write function, it has to display what this client will send some message. Okay. They will call the write function by sending some message. Whatever message is coming from the client, So that means you understand this client will write like this, right? In the bracket, this message they will send. That means indirectly they are trying to access this write function by sending some message. This write function is hosted by whom? Console application, whose responsibility when you call that this write function should display the message on the monitor. Where is this console application? In my computer. So the message that is sent by the client should be displayed here. So that's the second one. Now in the cloud, this is the third application, ASP MVC client application. What I am saying, client application I am writing. What is the one is here in the client application, there will be one text box, there will be one button. Here user will type some message and click on the submit button. This submit button, and here in the same application here one service bus relay will be there. Okay, I will create one service bus in such a way that when you make a request from this by clicking on this, request should go to service bus. Over the service bus it should send the request to this write function. This write function of this application which should execute, if the request is coming over the service bus only, it should be accepted and it should execute whatever message you see while calling. This is the message it has to send to this write function. Write function should display on my monitor. So this is the AZURE application. You all can access it from your location. If I am sharing the URL of this client application, you execute it and you type some message and click on submit, so that it should invoke my write function which is in my computer console application where it was hosted, and it should display on my machine. So if you send a message, hi madam anything, it should be displayed on my machine. So this is one-way chatting only from the client application. If you are sending on my server machine, it should be displayed. This is the server. Why I called as server? Using this I am hosting my WCF library, that means service. So this is the server. So when you request for this and send some message, that I will display on my monitor. So total how many applications we are going to create? One is your real WCF library, and where in only contract I'll create interface, and the implementation of that WCF interface, as well as the what else hosting of that, self-hosting in the same manner, self-hosting but not self-hosting. The hosting in such a way that the request needs to come only through this service bus. But service bus means, don't get confused, it's nothing but pure namespace. That I will tell you. So first work what you have to do, Nama? This is the first work you do, creation of service bus in your AZURE portal. Okay. Then you create WCF service. Then you create client application and host it. And then you create this client application in your first you create in local computer and then host it in your AZURE portal. So this you need to create in local computer and host it in AZURE. So right now it is in the AZURE. So now you start execution of this client application. Start this console application through which you have hosted your WCF service. So now onwards, everybody can sit there, whatever URL I am sharing for this, you can access this application, write some message and click on this button, which should call write function of your WCF library and do it. So this is the internal work we are doing, which takes each line of step I am going to explain you. The code is ready, but there are many and very so many classes are involved in this. But all these classes are available. You need to understand one. There is all the class to do all these tasks. There are some many classes are required. Those classes, so that means to refer to this namespace and making connection to that and accessing my request through that, everything if you want to do. There are many more classes, but those are available in a particular package that is not installed in your computer automatically. So when you are creating console applications in such a way that to host your WCF service with the help of service bus relay, which is here, so there are certain classes you need to use. But those classes, how do you get it? Means there is one NewJet package I told you people. you have to, now onwards, whichever chapter you are learning, compulsorily you need to go for installing the NuGet package. What? In this NuGet package, service bus we need to install. Service bus related, all the packages needs to be installed without fail, otherwise you cannot do. That has to be done in the second application as well as in third application. Why not? This is simple service. But really hosting in such a way that the request can come through the service bus means here service bus classes are required, and here from here you are making a request to this right function with the help of the service bus. So here also NuGet package of service bus is required. So in this application we don't require NuGet package of service bus, but in these two compulsorily you need to install. So internet is mandatory when you are doing this demo. Is that clear to all of you? What demo we are trying to do? Is that clear to all of you? Please tell me. Any doubts means I'll explain and then I'll start the demo. NuGet package, long back I told, entity framework related any namespaces and passes, many are required, which are by default will not be loaded into your application. So without those namespace packages, it is not possible for you to work with that. Like that service bus work, if you want to do service bus related, some namespaces are available in the internet, which you have to download, then only it is possible to work with that namespace classes in your application. So what you have to do here, you have to download with the help of NuGet package. NuGet package is the one which helps you to download the required namespaces and classes into your application for usage. Is it clear from Rohini Center guest 002? No. Service bus relay, your application is not service bus relay, my dear. See, this is the service bus. This itself will be treated as a service bus relay. By default, service bus itself, as any request comes as through the service bus, it is service bus relay concept. The request is coming to your console applications over the service bus relay. Joshine, is it clear? Application is not service bus relay. Your service bus, whatever you are creating namespace, is a service bus relay. Very good. Anybody is having question? Understood means well and good. The application you can understand very easily. Why I am not getting any message from the Pitampura Center students? I am not getting any idea. Please, Pitampura Center students, give me the confirmation. Document camera close, please. I am going to share one document for your idea. So, document camera close. There is one document for you where I have told you what are all the works. First work, what I told you, should create one service bus in your Azure cloud. This is the same service bus, acts as a relay. The same one can be used for queue, same one can be used for server, topics and subscriptions in the later demos. But first one, by default, it acts as a relay. Okay? So service bus relay creation is nothing but separately relay. We will not tell. Service bus itself is the service bus relay. So I am going to show you that service bus relay creation in your Azure portal. So I am opening your Azure portal. Please check. The first work we need to create. The first step in this demo is we have to create service bus in your cloud storage. Then only first WCF library, then only hosting that console application, then only for creating the client application, all these are required. Step by step I will tell and I'll give you the answer. On-premises service. On-premises service means what should be? In my local computer, I created some in my local computer, not in Azure portal. I created one WC service in my local computer. That is called as on-premises. On-premises means your local computer. Don't get confused. On-premises means your local computer. A service that is hosted in your local computer but not in any other Azure portal or IES like that. Locally, whenever it is hosted in your local computer. Is it clear? On-premises means local computer. That is computerized term on-premises. So now I am opening the Azure portal. So I am opening my account and I will hide my video for making you show each and every option once it is entered. Okay. So Azure portal is about to open. So I am hiding my view. The first step I am doing. First step for this demo is first creating the service bus, which is nothing but a namespace as I already told you. So left side, if you see all the topics, whatever I had shown to you, so slowly you go for the service bus. Slowly you scroll it. Can you see that there is an option service bus? It's in front of you. Please check. This is service bus. So click on this service bus. When you click on this service bus, you know that at the bottom you will be finding a new. Or you can see here also create a new namespace. Either one you can click for your understanding. I am just medium sizing. Here create new namespace or here new is there, new button. Either one you can use. I am clicking on this. Creating a new namespace is nothing but service bus creation. Click on this. So what is the namespace name you want to give? Whatever name you give, computer will add .servicebus, .windows, .net. Okay. So now I am creating a namespace with your batch code name. Okay. So S160499 service bus is the name that I have given. So green color, so it is a load. So slowly you come down. Let me maximize. And see here there is a tick mark at the bottom of your screen which you need to click so that the service bus will be created for you. It's still in the activating state, so you need to wait till it is completed. Once it is completed, status will be changed. And I'm doing the medium size. So why I'm going to tell you. This is what service bus creation, not very difficult. So sorry. So see here it is showing as active. When it is active, that means service bus is already created. But this service bus is not, nobody all directly can access. There is one token, I mean some connection and password is created for this in order to access. Everybody can access, don't expect. Whoever knows this token and token name and password, I mean connection for this. Some token and password will be created for your namespace, that means service bus you have created. It's your duty. You need to identify that connection string. How you can get? Slowly you come and see the down in the middle one, connection information you can see. So you click on that so that a separate window will be opened where it will show the connection information. Can you see, my dears? What is the name? This is called as a token name. This is root manager shared access key. This is a key and this is a connection string. Can you see that there is a connection? This is the one which really required for you. So click on this button which copies into buffer. See here, do you want allow? Yeah, access allow. So this is copied into the buffer. So in the notepad you paste it. So this, let me tell you, see, this is the, without this, you see here, can you see your service bus name? SB is the predefined protocol to access the service bus, and this is our service bus name. This is the extra will be added by the computer which I already told. This is my namespace name, okay? And for this I told that one key will be created and with the password. What is the key name? Shared access key name is equal to root manager shared access key is the name of the key. And shared access key, that means password of this token is what? From here to till this is equal to, it is the password. So this is what 100% you should remember. This is the key name, this is the token password. Okay, this is your namespace name. So till where? Till this slash .net slash. So this is my service bus namespace name. This is my token that has been created, token name. This is the password of that token to be accessed. So these are the things which are mandatory. So the first step is finished for you. Service bus creation and its connection string copying into the notepad is finished. This is the first task to be done. Is that clear to all of you, this first step? So please confirm me step 1 of service bus creation. So did you understand? Service bus creation. Service bus means it's nothing but namespace which I told you, and copying the connection information into a notepad. Please confirm. If you say that yes, then we will see the first WCF application will create. Library, it should be created as library. Why it should be created as library, I will tell you, don't worry for that. It's not difficult steps, but lengthy steps. That means what? So many steps are there in our one, but task is not very complicated, but steps are more. So who did not answer? Same Pitampura Center students. So may I know what could be the reason from Pitampura Center? Yesterday I told that you all should be very active, but still you people are not answering. If the question is not visible, raise your hand and confirm me. I said very clearly. See, connection string right side. Monica, connection string right side, one icon will be there. You place the mouse. If you click on that icon, it will copy that information into the clipboard. That means if you place the mouse pointer also, it will show copy to clipboard, connection string. There is a one icon will be there. What is endpoint? CP Center, what is endpoint? Endpoint is the gateway through which a request can be received. Think so that your house is there, how the people will come. There is a gate for you. Through that gate only people can come. Otherwise they cannot directly get into your home. Right? So that is endpoint. From where you are the right person to come inside or not, every validation will be done. If everything is okay, you are allowed to get inside. Like that, client is trying to access any function from any service. It has to come through the endpoint, which acts as a gateway, where validations are checked. If everything is okay, it is processed. Otherwise, it is denied there only. Is it clear, CP Center? Ma'am, can you tell the copy step? Rohini Center, just 002, is it clear or not? Do you want to see me? I am going to show you here, I think. Let me close the question because everybody said that understood, except the Pitampura Center students. I am getting the response from all. So now you can see boys and girls. You see here there is an arrow. Are you seeing? There is one button. Please check. Let me maximize so that you can check. See, when I place here, can you see there is a button as icon that if you click, this connection string will be copied into the clipboard. That means what? Into your RAM. So whenever you select, like this, Control C. Control C means copy. Like that, when you click on this, it will be copied. It is clear? Is it clear, Rohini Center student? Okay. Good. So that's the simplest one which I told. So the first step is done. Next step is what? Creating the WCF service in your local computer. Creating the WCF service in your local computer. Wow. I got message from Pitampura, just 007. I'm very happy. Many students are there, at least one student responded. Out of those many students. But at least one responded. Till now, one student also not responded. But now they started responding. Good. Yes, 007, very good. So now what is the next step? Creating the WCF service. So how can I create the WCF service? I'm going to my Visual Studio. Just minimize your existing portal. Okay, you just and this notepad also you minimize. And here is the what I said in this relay. The second steps what I told you, create the open Azure website and create the service bus. All these steps I have told, which is completed. Next step, now onwards what? 3 applications you need to create. One WCF for communicating a message, for sending and receiving. That means this is a real WCF library, that service that I have to create, where a function called as write I am going to create, that takes some message and displays on the monitor. Till now, last class, we are giving some return type and we are returning to the client. But now, I don't want return. Let me get the request from the client with some message. I'll take and I'll display on my monitor. I will not return anything to my client. Client is giving, their requirement is to display on my monitor. I will display on my monitor. So for that, one WCF service with the function name as write, with return type as void, which takes one argument as string. Means what? Whichever client is requesting me, they will pass some string data that I will take and display on my monitor. So that is the work of WCF. It should not be created as normal WCF like that. As a class library, it should be created. So don't get confused. So I'm showing you WCF service creation with only interface. But service class, madam, I will tell you. That is in the second console application, from where you are trying to host it, there you can do it. So now I am going to show you. So steps also I am going to show you. Please check. You need to take class library. So that's what I am going to show you now for creating the WCF service. I am opening another Visual Studio window where I am going to create a class library, not even console application. Okay? Listen carefully. Console, it's not console application, it's a class library. So click on creating WCF service for your service bus relay. Service bus, what will give WCF service, I'll write as application name. Don't take it as console application, take it as class library. Can you see? Class library. That you need to take and give the name as, what will give service bus, okay, relay, WCF service. Okay, service bus relay WCF service, and I'm clicking on OK. It's a class library. It's like console application without main function. Okay. So if you compile, .dll file will be created. In this one, don't do too much. You just create one interface. Interface name is what? S160499 service. The service name, interface name. We start with I service name. How you will be like that? And you should make it as what, my dear? And remember, any console application, first rule is what? Here in this application, system.service model namespace need to be added. Otherwise, it will not work. You see, service contract I need to write. Am I getting it? Service contract? No. Why? I already told in the last classes also, you should add the reference of that system.service model just by right-clicking on your references, add reference, and take it as system.service model. This last time only we finished, okay? The same I repeated. Once you have taken, you write it as service contract. But still it is not convinced, don't worry. Click here and press Ctrl dot or that arrow, then you will get automatically the namespace which is going to be written here. So it was written, so the error was lost. So inside that only one function you write with operation contract. What is that? Void function, write message, In the function string, what message to be sent? I am sending one message, that message to be displayed at the server. So this is done. So you know your work is done. First application is done, over. But what you have to do here, very, very important, you save it and compile, not execution, only compilation. Build a solution, shortcut is F6. When you compile, without knowing to you, .dll file will be created for your class library, which should be referenced from the second console application where you are going to host it. Madam, where is the service class where I'm going? That you will do it in the second application from where you are hosting it. Okay, that's the reason I was not written the class that is implementing the code for this function. So don't worry for this, and you compiled. So do you want to check where have you saved it? Go to F drive where I have saved. This application name is what? Your application name, can you see? Service bus relay WCF service, right? Same named folder will be there here. Same named folder. WCF service bus. Slowly, okay. Can you see, my dears? There is a folder with your application name, that is whatever class library you created, that's name. Just get inside. There by default bin is the default folder will be there. Inside the debug. See here, debug. Only one. Inside the DLL file will be there. This .dll extension file is the real one which is required to be added to your second application from where you want to host this service. So just I have shown you the address, that's it. Location where it is. It is not required to do anything, just I have shown that .dll file will be created when you compile. If there are no compilation errors. The second application creation where WCF interface gateway creation is created. Only interface and compiled as a class library. Is that clear or not? You please tell. This is very simple. Third, and now onwards more steps will come. This is very simple. But next console application from where you are hosting, and the client application matters. Okay? So I want you people's confirmation. Did you understand? WCF class library creation for service bus. Any steps, doubts, you can ask me. Pitampura guest 007, very good. You respond for this question also over the whatever question is prompted to you. Who did not answer? Get 002, 004 and 005 Janakpuri students and 007. There are 4 Janakpuri students. Sorry, 3 students. 004 from Pitampura and Joda Fernandez from Andheri Center. These are the students. None of you gave the any answer. That means either yes or no. Janakpuri students were 2 of the students were given, but 007 did not give the answer. Srimati understood, very good. Okay, Maria. Good. Jodha Fernandez from Andheri, Pitampura 004 and Janakpuri 007. Pitampura Center student, who is from Pitampura, guess 004. Judha, that's why for some of you question is not getting, means you please raise your hand and confirm me whether you understood this step or not. Sir, Judha Fernandez from Andheri, raise your hand and confirm me. Very good, very good. So that's about second application. These 2 are completed very fastly, right? But now the third application is console application. How many works we have to do step by step? I am telling. same steps you please follow. Why each step I'll tell. This is now, for this class was not created till now. We were not created the implementation class, that is the service behavior. That should be done where? It should be done in the, okay, it should be done in the third application from where you are hosting this service, in such a way that the request has to come from your service bus. Okay, so that's a place. I am going to show you the notepad because you should understand. These are all finished, my dear. Compile, add one project here. Now in the same application that we have created class library, there only you can create one more console application, or you can create as a new Visual Studio window. There is no problem. Either place you can do the task. So I told here that in the same application, why those many windows of Visual Studio? So we have created one application. In the same application, in the Solution Explorer, one service bus service you created. Here only can I create a console application which is hosting the WCF service, which is hosting this WCF service? Yes, you can do it. So here two applications should be visible in the Solution Explorer without closing the existing one. So how you can do is using the file menu, add project. Add new project means without closing the existing project, a new project it allows me to create, and that also it will show it in your Solution Explorer. If you get confused, open a new Visual Studio separate window and you can do it. That's your wish. Okay. So after opening, what is the first work? The reference, the .dll file I have shown. That should be added reference. First work, don't forget. Then service model, system.service model as usual, that namespace reference adding. Then you have to add new Z packages which I told for the service bus packages, without which nothing is possible. Now onwards we have to do three works we have to do in the early stage, in the console application. What is the first work, my dear? You have to create one class for implementing the code of your interface. That is one class, and where you will implement. Well and good. And what else? Add the service bus new Z package reference, as well as you should add the reference of system.service model, and one more what I told, add the reference of .dll file. See here, add the reference of .dll file. So the first steps are the same steps. So whatever I told, these three works is the early steps that you have to do. Reference adding and create one class that implement your service contract. That is interface, but that function coding where you will write in the service, real service behavior class, which we were not written in the library. That you have to implement here. And in the main function of your console application, I have to write the code to host your application. You know how to host. Service host is object is equal to new service host in the bracket type of class name. That is general. But here one extra step. The hosting time, small additional steps I will copy paste and I'll explain you. Okay. First early steps, let me do it. I'm creating the third application where I'm going to implement the code of your interface, as well as I'm hosting that service also. Okay. I'm going to show that work now. See here, all of you, file. Just don't go to new, my dears. Add new project. When you take it as console application and give it as service bus relay. Okay, WCF server. Server I am writing because this is the one which is really going to host the WCF service and implementing the code also. I got it. The first work what I told, system.service model you add. How to add? See, this is your, see here now two applications. Second application, references, right click, add reference, system.service model, system.service model. See, system.service model, you take it and click on OK, tick mark and click on OK. Once that is finished, next work is what I told, DLL file to be added. So right click again on the references, add reference, and but you need to click on browse button because that is a DLL file which is in your required folder. Where is it? F drive. In the F drive, what is my folder name? See, service bus relay, not server, service. This is the service where interface was created. That is the one bin debug DLL file. This is the DLL file. You need to take and add the reference and click on OK. Okay. So whenever you take like this and click on OK, that reference also will be added. See, can you see? Service bus relay CCF service. So that's also, second step is also done. What is the third step you have to do in this application? Can you people tell me what else we need to do it? All of you please confirm me. What else we have to do? Boys and girls. Class for interface, okay, but Joshan, your answer is correct. New Jet package installation first. New Jet package installation, then you do anything. Should be very good, my dear. How to do? So on your application name, right click, New Jet, manage New Jet packages, which long back I told you for entity framework. I need to take in the search box. I have to write service bus. See here, service bus, and press enter. Take this service bus, press enter. Wait for some time. First it will tell like that, don't worry. Again you press enter. It will search. Just wait, it is taking time. Otherwise just click on all so that it will search. It is searching, just wait, okay? Now you got service bus. Where is it? Service bus, we did not get it. What is it? We need to get service bus. Taking time, just wait. Internet connection, see, now you got Microsoft Azure Service Bus. This is the one you have to install. Click on install, decline, accept will be there. You click on accept. See, I decline, I accept. You click on I accept, so it is doing the installation. Done. Green color means done. So what internet connectivity is required, then you close the window. So good. So the first 3 steps are done. Now the step is what? You should implement the code for that interface using the service behavior class. So being here, what should I do? I need to go to project, add class will be there. You can go for add class and give the name of the class as what. What is the name of the class I am giving is? What is the interface name I gave? S160. S160 I wrote, but here I am giving like this. What is the name we gave? Let me check. I forgot what name we have given. 1 minute. Let me check what is the namespace name I have given. Interface name is okay. Service. So I will remove and I'll put the name of that as we select the server and go to project, add class and write here save, but give the name as remove this I. Okay, this is the class name you are going to give and click on OK. And above this class you need to give service behavior. Don't get confused, okay? It will show error. Don't worry. Control this arrow if you press, system.service model if you select, automatically it will be resolved. But this class should be inherited from your interface. Service interface. 2 times I wrote. Okay. This is the interface which you have to specify. This it is not showing me what the namespace. Again problem control dot if you press, it is showing that it is in your application CCF service, so that name to be written. That's it. Because this interface is in a separate application, that application needs to be written as the using statement. That was not written, so no problem. There automatically arrow will come, you select it. This is the first one, and right now you implement. Operation behavior, public void write message is the function. and in this string MSG curly brace open close, and this is the place what you have to do. Simply on the monitor console.write line, and what is the message to be displayed? Okay, and for you, if you want message, any simply heading, that is okay, message whatever you have received. So that much only. So the WCF service implementation is also finished, but hosting is missing. Hosting has to be done now. Now this is whatever you have done is the class you have not created that implements your interface abstract function. Now you have done only till that place. Now you have to go for what? Go to your main function where you have to write the code for hosting. Hosting the WCF service. Service name is what, my dear? It's not I. If you remove, this is the class name service, in such a way that it is accessible through service bus of Azure portal that we have created. Okay. So through service bus, what is the namespace of that you have already know. Okay, that namespace name needs to be mentioned here. That's what is the first step you have to remember. First work is what? Service host, there will be one class, each lowercase. It is not coming, means don't get confused. Relevant namespace is our control.system.service model done. Okay, now SVC is my service, new service host, in the bracket type of last class code you please recall. I have given service name. What is my service class name? S160. This is my service, and I used to close the bracket. But that is in the previous self-hosting time. But now my service should be accessible via the namespace only, that is which is service bus. So second argument must be there, which has to be specified. What is my service bus name? I'll just show you in the code here. Can you see that? New URI, this is the way you have to give, but I forgot to give new URI. Okay. New URI, in the bracket that URI to be given. What is that URI? Don't get confused. This is long back for the previous batch students I created. That is the namespace of it. But what is our namespace, you may get doubt. I have already copied our connection information. What is my service bus name from here to here? From here to here is your namespace name. This is the namespace, I mean service bus name or namespace. So that name to be given here without fail. Then it means that I'm hosting my service in such a way that it is accessible by getting the, if the request is coming over this service bus, I'm telling that this is only accessible through the service bus only. So that is the way you are mentioning. It is not yet hosted. For hosting, add service endpoint will be there, where contract, binding and address should be there. So how you will do it? svc dot add service endpoint. As usual, last class what I told, that one only. First contract. Contract is what? So that may interface is nothing but your I type of I S160 499 service is the interface name, comma. Binding is not basic HTTP binding. It is for through the service bus it should be accessible, means basic HTTP binding never works. So there is a separate one, net TCP. So net TCP, there is some mistake. Net TCP. Let me check. Net TCP binding, is it correct or not? I think still I have some doubt. What is the binding? Net TCP, that's what I got doubt. Net TCP relay binding. It's a predefined class. For service bus relay, the protocol name is net TCP relay binding, and this is whatever you are giving. So, madam, you used to give their HTTP colon? No. Already service bus name is there, same service bus name, at last slash, this is my console. So client can access how this service is, you are hosting, but how the client can access means this is namespace name slash whatever you have given, my console. That is the way how the client can access it. So whatever name you give, this net slash, that word will come for the client to access it. So well and good. So here I have done a mistake. It's a relay binding. Okay. Relay binding, empty bracket, open close, and here with what name? My service. Your wish. What name you want to give, you give it. So this is the way how you are going to. There is some control dot, correct. Again control dot system Microsoft. So only namespaces means you did not add. Everything is correct only. Nothing is wrong. Only namespaces means because you did not add, red color will come. You go there and press control dot. Automatically pop-up will come. First line using command, you select it. If you give any spell mistake, it will not show those options. Okay. So this is the way how your is created. That's what I have told from this one also. But don't overly think that if you have the service bus names mentioned means everybody can access. No, you don't have the rights until and unless you provide the token name and token password. You have seen that in the notepad. See, if I'm sharing this service bus name to you, you can use this. No, you can't use until and unless you know the token key and its access key name and access value, key value. So I have shown you that what is the key name, my dear. Root manager shared key, shared access key, and its a value. Its a key value is what? Till this is equal to. This is mandatory that you have to specify, otherwise it is not allowed for your endpoint that you have created. So did we create endpoint here? Achha, what is the mistake? We have done everything, but see here, can you see that endpoint, what we have done? Everything we have done, but we have to put that one in a variable, which I have not done. Using for that is endpoint. Actually, CBA means what? Contract binding address. That is called as endpoint. Long back I told that you take it into one variable, whatever name you want. That name dot behaviors, endpoint behaviors. You can see that. See here, endpoint behaviors dot add. What is that behavior? That is the place you need to mention your token key name and the value of that key value. Otherwise, you are not having the rights to access it. See, think of that. You know my website, my URL of Gmail. So our NIT search.dorla@NIT. Oh, this is NIT. So can you open my account without knowing my password? No. Like that. That's a security. Like that service bus name which I created in my portal. If you know, also no use until and unless you know that token name and password, which must be mentioned in your code. Otherwise, you don't have the permission to access that service bus. That you have to make it as behaviors.add new transport client. Transport client. Can you see transport client endpoint? These are all predefined classes which will establish the connection, which will give the permission to access the service bus. To specify your token name and token value, this is a predefined class. Transport client endpoint behavior. What is that behavior? There I am telling that token provider is equal to token provider dot create shared signature token provider. In the bracket of that I am writing both the details. What is that? First argument is your key name. Second argument is the value. These many class names you must remember. Okay. First word, behaviors dot you add you need to do for your endpoint that you have to previously self-hosting time. With this line it is finished. Simply dot open means it will be open. But now you have to specify the token and value. That is not directly specification. What you have to do? You have to say that endpoint dot behaviors dot add. In that token provider you have to specify. See here, new transport client endpoint behavior, and there you have to tell who is the token provider. Means the token provider name is create shared access signature. Token provider is a predefined one that allows you to provide the key name and value. So for this, in the bracket I am specifying the key and value. This is mandatory, without which it is not hosted and it cannot be accessible. Through the service bus only it is accessible. Means the service bus utilization rule also you should get it. Permission you should get it. So if you are able to write this line, then only you have the permission. If the whatever service bus you are trying to access, if you found this type of key and this type of value for the service bus, well and good, it will allow you to access. Otherwise, no. So that is the security that you are providing. So everybody who knows your service bus name not sufficient. If they are able to write this code, then only they can be able to access. So now I will show you this one. So once I have done mistake where endpoint is equal to endpoint dot, okay, behaviors, endpoint behaviors dot add new token provider, TCP client transport token client provider. Where we have found that? Wait, let me check. This is token class name. I missed out. What is the class name? Transport client. Transport. See, transport client endpoint behavior is coming automatically. Now curly brace open close and bracket close. Here token provider is equal to, see, token provider is equal to token provider dot create access. See, create shared access to, see here already everything is visible here. Create shared access signature token provider. So that is what I am telling. Here is the place, whatever is that much word, when you press the dot, automatically it is visible to you. Okay. So till here we have written only these details, but this I don't copy paste whatever. Why? Because that is different for everybody. Is whatever you created. Here the first argument is what? Your key name. Second argument is your token. So from your notepad you copy that one. What is my key name? This is my key. Copy, paste. Sorry. In this first one. And key is what? That's why connection is copy I told. This is without telling these details, it never will work. So now I have pasted, then it is now your permission granted to access this service through the service bus. This function is accessible through the service bus. If you provide these details, otherwise you don't have the permission. So now rest of the things you know very well. So you need to open the connection and you need to say that server started. See here obj.open. Here obj means the variable that you have taken is obj, your service host. Obj.open means service host is started now. Long back question. Now Janakpuri student is asking. I'll just check. Ma'am, key copied wrongly. I copied wrongly. So let me check where I have done mistake. Key is wrong. Somebody said that key I have copied wrong. Root manage. Oh, manager. I have done mistake. Might be. Let me check. Root manage only, my dear. Dharmendra, where I have done mistake, please tell me. Ma'am, copy is wrongly. Access key name correct only. From here till here is the key which I have to specify. Oh, correct. You are right. I think I have copied wrong. 100% you are right. I have done mistake. It is starting with O. From W I copied. Yes. Thank you so much. See, that mistake if I am doing, I am unable to get the output. I don't know what mistake I have done. Very difficult. Thank you so much. O is missing. Very good. Pitamra center. Yes, right. Second argument. Correct. Thank you, Dharmendra, Monica, Pitamra center. Correct. And one of the students is asking why music package. I am taking Monica, taking you on A. I want you to answer so that Janakpuri student is understanding or not. Let me check. The question from Janakpuri student is why music package? Unmute. You are not audible. Janakpuri student, if you are starting from the starting of the session, you are able to get this idea because other student is in a position to answer for you. No, not audible. So whose mic is working? Joshan mic is working? Asking Joshan mic is working? I'm disconnecting and I'll connect it to Joshan. Joshan, why NewsEd packages is the question of one of the students. I don't want to answer. I want one of my students to answer. Joshan, you are on air, my dear. Yes, yes. Reference of what?
Service.
You are doing what project? Service bus relay.
Service bus.
Yes. Service bus relay program if you want to do. Many of the classes, have you seen Janakpuri students that we are using transport, client endpoint behavior, and we are using ad services here, net TCP relay binding. There are many classes we are using, right? So these classes comes from where there are some packages are there inside which these namespaces and required classes are available. By default, they will not be added to your application. So it's our duty. If you want to access those, you need to go to NewsEd packages and download it. That is installation. Then all the service bus related namespaces are loaded into your application, so you can access these all classes. Are you understanding? You are simply writing transport client endpoint behavior. Do you think so that it will come automatically? No. It is only possible when you NewsEd packages of service bus are installed. By default, they will not be installed. You need to install with NewsEd packages. Clear, Jashan? Next time very fastly you need to tell, okay? Simply not adding reference of the current application related packages. Because we are doing service bus. If I am going to next topic, that topic related different NewsEd packages we need to download. Last time entity framework we downloaded. Do you remember? Entity framework.
Yes. Second unit.
That time entity framework related packages are required. Now service bus related. Next chapter, another package is required. So using NewsEd only, packages only, we will install, download and install. Okay? So Janakpuri student, is that clear to you? Little faster because we want to see the output. Monica, correct answer. Janakpuri student, please confirm. Now my service needs to be open, so that now it is hosted. Give the message to the user that server is running. That means CF service is available. Console.writeLine. Press any key to stop the server. These are all you have learnt in service or self-hosting, but only syntax is the extra line, and in this line net TCP binding there, basic HTTP binding here, net TCP binding, and in that place only one argument while you are hosting service host, but now even you need to specify your namespace name. These are the simple modifications when you want to get request through the service bus. The service bus nobody can directly access until and unless token name and token value are provided. With that is a transport client endpoint behavior is the help of the token provided details to be specified. So well and good. And here console.read key, because computer is too fast, what it will do, immediately it will start and it will stop. So svc.close means it will stop. Okay, when it is stopped, you can give one more message, server stopped, whatever your wish. Okay, console.writeLine, server stop. Console.read key. So this is my hosting. Second application is finished. Last client application is only left. Nothing else is left over. That is not very difficult. That is simpler. A simple ASP MVC application where one text box, one button, I will keep it. In the text box, you will type the message and click on the button. When you click on the button, I want to send this, I want to call one action method by sending this text box information. That action method internally should call the right function of your WCF service, and so with this message passed. So now my server should receive that request and display that message on my server console, not on your. You are sending the message, but I need to create that ASP application, host it in the Azure. So that URL I'll pass to all of you, so that you write messages from there, so that it will be displayed in my application console. So this is what we are doing here. Only I hosted and I kept my system ready. And if at all anybody is requesting that right function, I'm displaying where on my local computer console machine, on my monitor. Not I'm not returning to the client. I'm displaying on my server monitor only. I'm displaying. So the third one is finished. Last and final one is what, my dears? I have to go for the last one. One more Visual Studio you open, where you need to do what? MVC application you take it. That is the client application which I'm going to host in the Azure also. So little faster I'll do it. So because we want to see the output of C. Are you seeing only one topic of this chapter is taking this much of time to explain the demo. So while you are doing, it will be faster, but when I'm explaining line by line, I should explain so that it takes time. So next two demos are simpler demos. MVC4 application. So what I'll write, S16049 service bus S160499 client application, client application APPL. I just clicked on OK. The same steps to be done here. What are the same steps to be done here? You have to add the NuGet packages, you have to add the service model, you have to add the DLL file. So I think I have mentioned that in the notes. Let me check whether I have mentioned for you or not. If I did not mention, I'll write. This is the add the reference of system.service model as I told, and NuGet packages. Correct. Okay, done. It's correct only. So what are these commands? This is also as it is, consuming the self-host application, whatever you get, channel creation, the same will repeat, but with the help of what? Your service bus. Small modifications will be there. So here, let me get this application. Let me create one home controller. Solution Explorer. Let me create one controller. Before controller creation, what I have to do? Right click, add reference. System.service model. Assemblies you click, don't get confused, okay? Let me show you. Sometimes when you come to this place, madam, you need to click on this assemblies, then you will get it. System.service model. System.service model, this is the first one. Second one is what? On your application, right click, NuGet packages to be added. DLL file is not required. NuGet package to be added for service bus. See how much time it is taking. Be ready. So little faster we'll do, and I'm going to share it the URL so that you can send the messages to me. Manage NuGet packages. So online here you write service bus you take it and press enter. Service bus install, you do it. I accept. So done. Close this window. Now once this is done, what is the work? You create one controller, home controller, with automatically you will get one index action method. Let it be index. home. Don't take it like this, take it as a empty MVC controller. In this one automatically you know that one index action method will come. Create the view for this, okay? In the view I have to create one one text box, one button. When you click on the button, it should call what? It should call one more action method. Now, let me tell, before I am going to the view, let me tell you one more thing. I am going to create one function, public void one function. What is that function name? Action result. So write message to console, to server, some message, some function name you give it, action method name, but here it should take some argument, string type of argument, MSG, okay, any name, but this is the name very important for you. So that code I am going to show you what you have to do. Before I am going to show all this, let me tell you what is the code that I am going to write for that function, okay? So can you see action result here? Right, I wrote in my example, I wrote that write message to server, I wrote. I'm taking some text. Now I need to create one channel factory. You know, last class I told you what is channel factory, from where this is the interface. And see this interface, if you want to access what is missing in our work is you need to add the .dll file as a reference, which we missed. So that 100% it will not work in our current application. So I have to add this interface without fail. That means .dll file to be added, reference. That I'll do now. Okay. Now binding is what? Previously we have given basic HTTP binding. Now you have to give net TCP relay binding, and this is the namespace name. Same namespace which we have used in the server, the same. This we should not give. We should give as per ours. But slash or not my console. What is the name we have given at the time of installation? See here, server time. While you are hosting it, what is the name you have given? Please check, all of you. You gave it as my service. So this namespace slash my service should be given in our client application. That's what is the code. So this is the channel factory from where one channel to be taken, and endpoint behaviors you already know, to specify the token provider details as it is code. You can copy paste the line of your hosting time, what line you have given, same line can be given. What can't we write main function and service behavior code in application? Can't we write main function and service behavior code? You can do it, but it is very difficult. See, unnecessarily, why should I don't want any user interface, so that I am writing in the console application. Do I need any user interface like text box, buttons for the server? No. Only desktop screen where messages to be displayed on the console. So console application I have taken. Okay. This is the place where user has to type in the text box. That's the reason client application is ASP MVC application I am taking. Monica. This is the one you have to do, and you are calling the right function which is from your service. See here, proxy means don't get confused. This is the factory. From the for that factory endpoint behaviors we have added. Now I am taking a proxy variable from the factory. Channel creation has been done. So this is the way how you are going to do. Lots of modifications to be done from this code. I will show you this code modifications to you. Where is our application? Client application. What is this code? You have to check. But there are so many errors at my service. You are getting error as because I told you that first work is you have to add the under the references you have to add DLL file reference. Add reference, browse. You know where is it? See, this is the DLL file which you have to add. So some of the errors will be corrected now. See here, control dot you give. Everything is my service is still wrong. Not my service. Sorry, what is the interface name? S160499 service. So now that error will be cleared. The same name should be given where are all the places. See here, net TCP binding, there is nothing wrong, only namespace problem, but this is wrong. This namespace is what, my dears? It is, you need to understand from where your previous hosted application you open, and there whatever namespace name you have given, slash my service, with what name you have given. So that is the namespace name, slash my service. That's the previously run the example, no? That's the reason it will be like that. Channel factory control dot system dot service model. See where else? So proxy create channel. This is what is our function name, not write message. You can check that the function name is write message and the variable name is MSG, not text, MSG that I have received. So now my question is what, this is the index method will be executed, which should display a view that has one text box and one button. When you click after typing the message, if you click on the button, that button should invoke this is the action method, and this, by passing that message, whatever you have typed in the text box should come to here and make a connection to your service through the service bus. See here, that's the reason you see here service bus name I'm telling, and what is the service, with what name you have hosted it. Okay, service bus, through this bus, this is the service, please access using the protocol net TCP relay binding, and from this you are saying that what is the token provider of it. This is the one which we forgot to. This is correct, this is wrong. You remember, this is not our key. This is I just copy pasted from that document. You need to remember that, you need to write as per your copy and paste. If you miss, again, this name also, name will be 99%, everybody will get the same name, root always same, so root manage shared access key only you will get. So that is not required to modify. So channel creation, write message, calling, everything is correct, well and good. So build it, save, build it. But what is the rest of work? Go to your view. There you need to change the code in such a way that I want one text box, one button, and when you click on the button, this is the action method. That is, what is the action method? Write message to service. Service is not looking good. Server will write. Server. Okay. So I'm just 1 minute. So for writing, why should I write? HTML code. Already HTML code. That HTML code I'm writing here to make you understand that text box, label. Why should I write again? That code is there already. See here. Can you see that it's a simple HTML code? Form action is equal to home/write message. This is write message to server. Okay. 1 minute. Don't write here in our one. Otherwise, I will share this document to others also. So there is a one text box. There is one submit button. When you click on the submit button, this action will be executed. That means home controller write method to be called. So this is the one to be placed in your, and very important is the name of the text box cannot be text, it should be MSG. What is the argument name you gave for your function? So what is the argument name you gave in the control for this MSG? What is this function? This name you put it in this place of this. That means, it means that you simple HTML. Action means what? Whatever submit method you have specified. Okay, here double quotes missing. Okay, so whatever, whenever you click on the submit button of this form, this is the one which is going to be executed from home controller. So well and good. So whatever you have to do, finish, build solution. Now what you have to do, this needs to be hosted in your Azure portal. So in order to host in Azure portal, ASP/MVC day 1, day 3, like that I told you how to host it. So you need to go to your Azure portal, create one empty app, and download the publish settings and publish this application. Finish. So that will take very less time. I'll show you that. Last step. This is finished now in Azure portal. Now you see here. Go to your web apps. You can check. This is all long back I told. See, web apps, create one empty web app by clicking on new. See, create. Okay. S160499 service bus. Okay. Service bus demo. I gave wantedly like that. Dot Azure websites. Dot. So remember this name, all of you. Okay. I'll share with you anyway. This is the empty application which is going to be created. Then you go and download the profile. Publish settings profile you need to download. Still it is creating. See. Now running. So nothing, you click on here so that you will get publish your app, you will get it, under which download the publish profile link. If you click, there will be one publish profile will be saved. You save it onto your desktop. Wanted I'm saving on desktop. Name is what? S160499 service bus. So that is the one which is created. Now the final step is what? Attach this publish settings while publishing your application. Client application, you publish into Azure by taking as a publish, and then you just say that import. Why? Because you have already published settings. Import the settings from there. It will ask you the credentials of your Azure site. You give it. Now it is asking where is your file. It is you have downloaded onto the desktop. So browse to the desktop and select your publish settings file. On desktop it is actually, where is it? Desktop. On desktop we have saved, see here, S160499 service bus. This is the publish settings. Open. Click on OK. Publish. So now it started publishing. As soon as it is published, it will show the URL. I will copy paste in the notepad. Please everybody take that URL. First let me check here whether it is working or not. In my server I'll do it. Publish activity error. It is publishing. Taking time. Is the steps clear to you? Self-hosting steps you take out. Same syntaxes, one extra lines are what for you? Service bus name / specification and token provider specification is the extra. That's it. Rest of the ones are same. Okay, creating a service host object and make a channel creation in the client, selecting a specific channel, and making a request for that. All these are same. Only thing is extra service bus namespace name also to be provided in your one, along with the token provider access key name and value. Still it is not yet completed, I think. Still it is running. Status. Once it is done, how nicely it will be there. Means chatting application, you can access this client application. You will get one text box and one button. You type and click on that button, which will call that action method what you have created. From there, you are calling the write message function. Did I change that function name? I had some doubt. Write message. Very good. Otherwise, whatever we have done, everything is a waste. Again, we have to publish. See, too much time it's taking. The real-time application of this. I'm reading. Meanwhile, you have removed. Monica, it's like whatever client is sending will be displayed on the monitor of your server. And real-time application. Again, you did not understand. Service bus is, even though my service is there in my local computer, what application is accessing it, which is an Azure portal. In case there is a firewall in my computer, still your application of Azure is able to access my service, because the request is not directly coming, it is coming through the service bus, which bypasses the firewall. So what will happen? So everybody is able to access through that cloud application, which is an Azure portal, the service that is in your local computer. So firewall is there in your computer also, doesn't matter. I'm accessing your service of your local computer from my Azure application. Still it is possible. Even the firewall is there, I'm able to access, because request I'm passing through the service bus. Is that clear to you? Now it is done. All of you, first let me execute first. If it is running, I will give you. First, what we have to do, my dears, first you run the other application, server application from where you hosted it. I'm executing. Wait. I should make the execution of this server. Right click. Set a startup project, and now you run. See, once it is saying that server created, server ready, then only, see, server is running is the message I got. That means service bus is ready. Now you go to your application. Where is your application? I am executing. So you can see that this is your application. Have a nice day. I'm clicking on write to console. So let me go and check. Can you see, my dears? Can you see? Have a nice day. It is in my computer. Now for all of you sake, I am sharing in the notepad. Immediately you start giving the messages to me. This is the application name. All of you, please give the message. What message you are giving, I will check from my notepad. I mean from my server window. Monica, that's what now. Then our client application which are hosting in Azure needs to interact with the services which are not hosted in Azure, which are hosted in a local computer of somebody. So then I have to do like this. I don't want to host my WCF service in the Azure portal. I want to put it in the local computer only. But still, the application of Azure needs to access this service. Then you have to use. I want to check how many of you have sent the message. I'll check. Along with your name you write. Otherwise, it's difficult for me to understand. I did not get any message till now. Nobody is having the message. Yes, I got it. Surbi from CP Center. Very good. Somebody sent hi ma'am, but there is, who is that? I cannot understanding. See, I'm not writing. Whatever you people are sending, I'm able to get. Nirasha, no internet connection, okay. Whoever, Devi, very good, from Anna Nagar. Hey, some are saying hello, write your name also, from which center. This is Josha and very good. So are you understanding? Everybody is accessing the application which is in Azure, but that is accessing the WCF service of my local computer. So how nice you see here. So through the but the interaction is happening through the service bus. Monica from Nungumbakam Center, okay. Hey, who is that? Hello ma'am from Tambram Center, okay. Superb application, Monica. So there are lots of things are there which you can, if you want to utilize. So all these you do the practically, then you will feel happy. If I'm doing and you are saying no. See, first time only you will get, you don't expect. If I am doing, while first time when I'm doing also, some mistakes I'm doing. But later I came to know that what mistakes I'm doing. So then I used to modify. So don't worry if the first time you are not getting. Try and try 100% you will get it. Because each and every step I have mentioned in that document. Notepad, okay, check it. Sitampura Center. http://s160499 servicebusdemo.azurewebsites.net. Parul from Gurgaon. Very good. So are you understanding? Like that, see how much big demo you have observed. Only one topic of 7th module is finished, but rest of the 2 topics are simpler. This much work will not be there. But as some of you already understood what is a namespace, token means what, all this. Those only we will use it there, but this much of coding, that much tougher coding will not be there. This whatever you are writing, token, name and password, that you will put it in the app.config directly. So that is more easier for you. So that you will feel more easy when compared with this. Okay, from Pitampura I got the answer, just 007, right? I got it, you can see from Pitampura Center student. So now I am pressing enter. Okay, all of you see, I am pressing enter. So if I am pressing enter, you can understand that server stop. Can you see, my dear, server stop? Now all of you try to give the messages, you will get the error. Because I stopped the server. When I stopped the server, how you can access? You can't access. Please check. Monica, Joshine, Pitampura Center, Dharmendra, all of you, Parul, give the message now, I will not get it. You will get the error message. You will get the error message that a server error like that. Yes, from Tambaram I am getting a message that error. Who got error message? You immediately write in the hand raise. Pitampura, very good. So did you understand? If I am stopping the server, you cannot access. Okay, Dharmendra. But Parul has Gurgaon. Okay. Yes, Parul is error. That's what. Server I stopped means how can you access? You can't access. That's what is the message. Very good. That's about service bus relay. Very big demo. Topic is small topic, but demo is a very big demo for chatting. So very good. This is what we have learnt in today's session about service bus relay. In the next class, that is on Monday, we will complete other 2 demos of 7th chapter, which are what? Service bus queue and service bus topics and subscriptions, and start with 8th module. So have a nice day all of you, and I wish everybody to complete your practicals, taking as very interest, feel interest to do the practicals and do it. So this whenever people will come for Azure last module, your interest will lack and you will not do it. But make a good habit to do the practicals. Have a nice day all of you, and it's time for feedback now. Feedback. Lakshmi, feedback. Lakshmi, feedback.